In this section of training, we're going to work on strategies to teach students to apply what we've learned in an OG lesson to decode multisyllabic words, but in the context of a story or a passage. We'll provide a summary with some teacher tips for supporting students and do a very brief procedure demonstration video. One of the challenges we've encountered in our work with students is that, despite the instruction we provide in an OG lesson on how to attack a multisyllabic word, we find instead that students revert back to bad habits when they encounter an unknown word in connected text. Instead of identifying vowels, figuring out the syllable division pattern, and decoding each syllable, we see students looking at the first letter and kind of sliding through the rest of the word, maybe skipping the word altogether or just replacing it with a word that makes sense in context. These are not reliable strategies and will eventually affect a student's ability to comprehend text. Instead, what we need to do is help students apply what they've learned in OG when they encounter an unknown word. In this next segment, we'll model some strategies for how to support students in this application process. As a goal, it is our intent to support students with as few steps in prompting as possible, so that they see that this is a strategy that they can use on their own. While we're modeling these steps, we encourage making available to students a manipulative to cover syllables and make that word chunking process a little more manageable and concrete. A bookmark, perhaps an index card, or even a blank syllable division tile, like a 1-inch square, are all appropriate tools to support this word chunking strategy. When students encounter an unknown word in text, we'll show them how to divide the word into syllables, decode each syllable, and then pronounce the word. Again, our intent is to provide minimal prompting and supports. If the student is able to decode the word after just covering the second syllable, it isn't necessary for them to also cover the first syllable, decode each syllable, and put the word back together. All we want them to do is just apply as many steps as they need to unlock the word. Remember, this is not the time to reteach syllable division. It's the time to show students how syllable division strategies work when reading connected text.
So teachers, we've learned a lot of strategies to help us unlock words. Sadly, our students believe that these strategies only belong in the OG block and they don't take them into the rest of their day. So what we'd like them to do, obviously, is take them into the rest of their day. And I'm going to just demonstrate that to you. But first of all, let me show you I have a prop in my hand, and lots of things can be used as props. You can use index cards. I'm personally just using a sticky note folded in half to help me divide these words up. Notice when we're doing this, we're not marking up words, we're not labeling vowels and consonants, we're not underlining, chopping things off. These are all strategies we just use to learn to understand how this works and apply. So our goal is for our eyes to see the prefix and suffix and chop it off automatically, or to see automatically where the word divides. So using our prop to support this, we could look at this first word and do we see a suffix? Yes, we do, and that's a suffix ed, so we chop it off, and it's the word wish, and then we put the suffix back on, and it's the word wished. And our next word, bandit, do we see where to divide it? Yes, we do, between the N and the D, the two consonants in the middle. And our first syllable is ban, and our second syllable is dit. And then we have this longer word. We see the suffix, and we can cover it up. And do we understand this? Know this word? No, we don't. So we're going to divide it between the N and the D. And now we have wonderful, or wonderful. And we can do this in sentences also. And we can come along here and we say, are you packing the plastic plates? And a little longer sentence, you can swim beside the whale. Humpback whale will be quite careful. It is, again, the bigger word, and wonderful. When we're reading, let's use our prop to chop off our prefixes and suffixes. Let's use it to divide words and generally unlock what we're seeing. This is how we become good readers.
On the screen and in your manual are practice activities for partners to support one another in applying word-checking strategies to decode words. This concludes the word attack section of training.